Hey, Johnny, how's it going, bro?
Yo,
Did you hear
what's
the
going on?
news? Somebody talks shit, and then somebody else talks shit back, and then
Oh
nothing
my
happened.
goodness.
But everybody was cool for like 15 minutes. Holy shit.
It's just too much going on. There's a lot of beef this week.
You know my favorite
And
about this? You remember when Jack Murphy was doing the thing where he's yelling at what's her face,
sitting
Sydney,
on the
whoever?
dildo.
Yeah, and then but like an hour before that, the Roman McClay guy just murdered 6 people straight out. Like imagine that.
People
Like, hey,
forgot
I'm
about
just
that
gonna
already. That
yeah,
was like a
I've
week ago.
I know. And he's like, yeah, I'm gonna murder everybody. I'll teach you guys a lesson. And everybody's like, oh my god, it's the worst thing ever. And then like 2 minutes later, Jack's like, hey, you want to see me jerk off on camera? And everybody's like, forgot. Imagine your clout from being a serial killer just overshadowed by
Just
a dude jerking
overshadowed
off
by
on a
some guy
camera.
sitting on a dildo.
No fap, totally the thing.
Man, I should have shot more people. Damn it.
Shot more people while naked on Chatterbait.
Yeah. You should
Anyways,
have a dildo
welcome
in his
guys. I
ass.
know we kept you waiting, but Johnny and I are here, and this is actually this is good because you know what this is. I don't know what the hell this is. The holding a women accountable thing. It started from so walk me through fresh and fit, and somebody
I
else is
saw it
having
came up on my
beef.
timeline. It was fresh and fit. Those two guys, they went to a show and they got interviewed by Brittany Renner.
Brittany Renner. Okay, who's she? She a
She
big deal?
is like the queen of all internet thoughts.
Oh, well, that's a pretty
Right.
prestigious title.
She she has notoriously, she's a predator. She's a predator. She's a female predator, hunts
Ooh,
blue check guys on social media and athletes, guys with money, and exploits
dang.
them. Exploits their naivete, I guess, or their horniness. And she got married, pregnant, and then divorced the guy in a couple of weeks, stick to baby. Like, it's just, she's one of these, like, I'm using my pussy to make money. That's my job.
Jesus, that poor kid, man. Imagine that. Hey, mom, why am I here? Well, you're here because I needed to get paid.
Yes. And there's ample, like, evidence of videos of her talking about, like, the horrible shit she does. She's got like 100 plus notch count. She's fucking rappers, ball players, whoever, get them to flare out. All the worst of the worst things you want to avoid.
Oh,
And it's
dear
obvious
God.
that she's like the queen of the BPD like type ruin your life girl.
Dude, so
And
she's literally the chick with the 1,000 notch count that's like she's the
yes,
John Anthony of chicks.
the John Anthony of chicks.
Except for actually has the notches.
Yeah, she actually has the notches, and she got the money from the guys, And so, like, she goes on. She have the guys on the show, and then of course, Fresh and Fit, they hold women accountable, and that's their thing.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
Women ain't shit type vibe on the thing. Which the first 2 weeks, Fresh and Fit and Kevin Samuels, I watched them each like for 2 weeks, just nonstop because shit's funny at first.
Yeah.
Because like it's something you never hear. You never hear somebody tell a woman like, no, that's actually not how it works. It's not truth. Somebody
Yeah.
actually telling them the truth because they're not trying to fuck them. And you see little meltdowns, and it's funny. It's a little funny for guys. I think a lot of guys think it's a little bit funny because you have so much shit dumped on you all your life, and women seem to be walking around in bliss and never having to face that same
Oh.
kind of scrutiny. And after about 2 weeks, though, it gets boring because it's all the same. It's the same conversation. It's the same chick, different weave, different top, whatever. But it's the same conversation.
I
Exactly
don't know. I
same
just love that
conversation.
when people like different weave.
Yeah. It
I just picture
it's
like the mannequin
colored her hair
hips.
different, colored her
Yeah.
nails different, whatever. But it's all the same. Like
Yeah.
they don't understand. I'm 35. I've slept with 100 dudes. I got 6 babies from 5 dudes. Why can't I find a good guy?
Huh.
I want 6'4", $400,000 a year. I deserve it.
Wait,
It's
so
always
that's
the
like that's
same.
real? I always thought that was like a meme to over exaggerate it, but
They
there's like
say
literally
crazy shit like that. It's really nuts. Like it's really
Jesus
nuts.
Christ.
Like I was like I made my LTR listen to a bunch of them because she's at least reasonable, so she could listen to it and be like, "Oh my god, I don't want to sound like these type of women. Like this is unbelievable." But like, there's a ton of people who just have that mentality. They think that's there's girls who think that's what they get. That's what they should have.
Jesus
And
Christ.
man, they never really get it. They never really get it. Like the guys explain it to them, they get mad, they get angry because like they'll never believe it. They're not changing anything. It's not moving anything any direction. Because those girls are going to go home and be surrounded by a bunch of simps. The guys on their OnlyFans, the guys telling them that they're the greatest thing ever, and they're gonna say, "Yeah, that guy was just an asshole. That guy was just a piece of shit."
Well, that's what I'm wondering. Like, have they ever? Do you remember? It's like a '90s reference, I think. Do you remember like the VH1 Behind the Music back in the day, where they're like, "Yeah, this is when Pearl Jam was on top of the world, and then something happened." And it's always like somebody finds crack, and then you follow up on them 6 months later, and it's like there they are right there, and their Yield is the worst album ever. Remember those? Has anybody ever done like a follow up on where are these hoes now? Because I
That
would
would
love to
be
see this if like holding them accountable actually did it, or if they just leave and they're like, yeah, f those guys.
like Susie went on to get married and have 10 children and live in
Oh,
Missouri or some shit.
well, that's what I would love. This whole holding women accountable thing. Imagine that, like leaving fresh and fit, and then like, you know what? I'm going to church. I'm done. I'm done with this. They scrub the tattoos off. They take out the weave. They start growing it natural again. They put on some less cleavage, and they find God, and they act right. I'm, s- I'm a cynic, John. I don't believe in the merits of people. I have a feeling they're gonna leave, and like, you know what? I'm gonna go suck a dick to get that fresh and fit episode out of my mind. That's my guess. Oh, that was the question. So what the hell does the Renner chick have to do with this? The fresh and fit guys. That's
Yeah,
the part
well, I
I have
mean,
no idea.
he because I think they talked about her specifically in one of the
Uh huh.
shows where um he said that he is trying to warn guys or teach guys and educate guys about girls like her. And
Okay.
she took a lot of offense to that. And my personal reason for her taking offense to that is probably because she doesn't want her scam exposed. Um, but she was like yelling at him, was like, he said something about like, you're not that special. That was what he was saying, is like, as a girl, like, whatever, you're not that special. She's like, how does that make you feel to tell girls they're not special? And she turns it around to, these guys are monsters. They're telling women they're not special. These unbelievable sick people. Because like I have friends and people I follow who aren't involved in any of this. They don't know any of this shit is. They don't
Yeah.
ever see any of this shit. So like they'll tweet or say whatever in their reaction to it, and they're completely sympathetic with her. And I'm like, do you not know who this person is? This is a predator. This person preys on weak people and steals from them. And now she like got pregnant to get money, and now she's gonna have this child. It's probably gonna be abused with neglect and having a fucking crazy mother. This is a
Yeah.
really bad person. It's a bad human being. And everybody is now sympathetic and like, oh, poor her. These bad men said something mean to her. And I think it exposes the pointlessness of like holding women accountable. There is no holding women publicly accountable. She could be Casey Anthony in the
Oh
same
yeah, she got
situation.
remarried.
She could be Casey Anthony in the same situation and say the same things, and people would be on her side. It's like, no, this is a fucking monster. Just because she has a vagina does not excuse her being a monster.
I still find. Do you hear about this? Apparently, Casey Anthony, after all the fucking thing went there, she found a new dude, wifed her up, and apparently they have a kid now. Like, could you imagine? Everybody's like, yeah, you want to ensure your legendary progeny and legacy and that. It's like, who do I think is my best option for a mom? The chick that's going 0 for 3.
Like, that's insane. Or he's thinking like, well, she's in prison, right? Should she get
Yeah.
out? Maybe
Oh,
that's
so
it.
that's
Maybe
what
that's
this
the play.
is.
Maybe that was this. Maybe he's smart. Maybe he's like, hey, you know what? Like, I'm gonna get this chick pregnant in prison, and then I'll
she
get the
can't
kid on
cheat
the
on me in
outside,
there.
and she's stuck in there.
Dude, I don't know, man. I remember I had a ranch hand on my ranch. They used to watch a lot of like blaxploitation films. I'm telling you right now, according to Hollywood, female prisons, not the place. Not the place to find a good, wholesome girl. There's some weird shit going on in there. Pam Grier taught me much. Oh, fuck. Dude, there's guys in the chat right now thanking you. It's like, you saved me like a week of having to look this stuff up. Oh my God. Okay. So I'm trying to get caught up. So there's that. And I guess we can talk about, I've been following. Have you been following West Elm Caleb?
It's popped up on the timeline a few times, and it's freaking glorious.
I know.
I love it. Because it's a guy behaving like women do.
Yeah.
It's 100% what it is. It's a guy dating like women date. And it's awesome because now they're like, oh my God, I can't believe he's talking to more than one person. Oh my God. Like it's only bad when like it's not them doing it.
Yeah. Well, remember we were talking about this. Actually, yeah, for you guys here, John and I were talking about this offline. You read Skittles Man. I've read Skittles Man. You remember Skittles Man. It's that Royce article. If you guys haven't seen it, look it up. It's awesome. This guy is Skittles Man. He is literally, I was reading it like an hour ago, and you look at the article and it's literally the same thing. Girls sitting there and bitching about this guy, how he was horrible and they didn't like him and he did this dumb shit. And they still talk to him and they slept with him, but they don't like him and he's an ass. And then, oh my God, you were sleeping with him too? And I was like, oh my God. Everybody's talking about how, you remember, like, and I know this is like some fresh shade. Sorry guys, we're doing some drama here. Remember how he's always telling everybody, Myron's like, the dating game has changed. It ain't the same. And these hoes are totally different now. Then talks to guys like you, who's like, I've been smashing for like 2 decades now. No, it's pretty much the same. And I just laugh because like 2009, exactly the same story as 2022.
You have different tools at your disposal.
Yeah. Instead of just bitching at each other over appies, they're now on TikTok. Grinning. That's my favorite part. Do you see this? They're bitching about Caleb all day, but they're grinning from ear to ear. They're like loving it. This is so much clout. Reminds me of this one on a TikTok I did. There was this chick. I swear to God, John, like we're sharing drama notes here. This chick was just eating a salad and then having a meltdown. And that was her TikTok. That was it. No music, no like story, just sitting there eating a salad, crying her eyes out for no reason. And then the next video, she found out that one hit like 7 million views. Cause you know, guys, like watching a girl cry about her life, fucking go sign me up. I'll watch this forever. And she's happy doing a TikTok dance. So when your fucking public meltdown goes viral, it's just like, how are you going to hold that accountable? How? Because the more attention you give it, the stronger it gets, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think that's an important thing to understand is that's the female beast operates on attention.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No shame, just attention.
No shame, just attention. So there's no holding accountable. It's just another level of attention, and they're going to be able to manipulate that into what they want.
Well, I mean, and I guess this is a little somber, but I mean, you know as good as anybody because hell, you have a bitch ex-wife. Can I don't know. Am I allowed to say that or?
She made a lot of bad decisions. She made some bad decisions because of contemporary female thought. That's what I'll say.
Ah, okay. Yep. Bitch ass ex-wife then, for short.
Yeah.
I was careful because then, like,
you know, happy wife, happy life, the whole equal partnership, all that nonsense. No. One person needs to lead, the other person shut up and do your best to support.
Fair enough. Well, I guess, I mean, that day's gone for her. I don't know, man. This whole thing, it just strikes me as weird. Oh, yeah, I guess, here, do you mind if we take a break, do some super chats here? I'm ignoring the guys and I feel bad.
Yeah, do the super chats.
Oh. Does Tate hold women accountable? Heartfelt answer. Do you know this one?
Does Tate hold women accountable? I mean,
do you know what this is about?
Yeah, he's runs a cam business. So I mean, I guess if they F up, he just cancels them or removes them.
Oh,
I would guess.
Oh, so you don't know this story, do you?
I don't know. What is the story on Tate?
All right. Do you want a depressing ass story that's funny as fuck but stupid?
Okay.
I guess so. Rich Cooper had Tristan or Andrew. Which one? One of the Tates on his show. I don't know. There's very hard for me to tell the difference. I'm not very smart. And I guess, and this is like the new thing. You remember that $5 super chat about the cuck article that made Jack Murphy nuke his whole career and have a freak out? So I guess that's the new like career ender. It's not like feminism and doxing and Me Too. It's like the $5 super chat career ender. So keep an eye out. If you see a $5 one in here, we're fucked. I guess somebody said that he and Colty were, micking at each other. And actually, yeah, this is actually a good part. You're a fighter. So he's like, I could beat his ass. Oh yeah, we'll fight about it. And all this internet bravado. Are you the kind of person, like, you can fight? Hands down, if I had to pick anybody in my corner when I got into some trouble, it'd be you. How would you handle somebody picking a fight on the internet? Like, do you take that seriously? Do you realize, like, I don't want to break my hand in your face. Like, what's your initial reaction to somebody talking shit about beating your ass on the net?
I don't even pay attention. And if they were to keep hounding me on it, like, you come to my gym, sign the waiver. We don't need to make it fancy.
That's so matter of fact. We don't need to make it fancy.
You know where to find me. I'm in San Jose. We can go to AKA. You can sign the waiver. We can go into the room and people leave us alone and we'll do what we got to do.
Dude, sounds so simple, doesn't it?
I don't need to make a buck off of it. I don't need to fucking sell it. I don't care. You have a problem? Come on down and sign the waiver, bud.
Dude, you know what I love about that? If you guys don't know in the audience, that's scaring the fuck out of me. Like, I'm scared because I look in your eyes, John, and you know what I see? Nothing. Like, you seem like excited. It's like, hey, this is a good way to spend a Tuesday. My girl looks at like Appies on Sunday the way you looked at like a public fucking fight. Scares me.
Just because, like, man, people don't even understand. If you haven't ever trained like regularly for a long time. So, like, okay, check it out. Like, I've been retired since last year, 2000, it was August. What was my last fight? August, like, 12th, 2000 was my last, not 2000, 2020 was my last fight. Yeah, so Jesus. I've been off for a little over a year. I have trained a total of maybe 5 weeks in that whole time, right?
Yeah.
And then I got COVID over Christmas, recovered from that, came back a couple weeks ago and did a session after not training for 5 weeks and being sick, and I put in 8 rounds. I'm sparring guys who are UFC fighters, UFC level guys, and I did fine. I did okay. They're younger guys, at least 10 to 15 years younger than me, and I still, all this time off, I'm still able to go 8 5-minute rounds hard with young guys who are trying to like beat me up.
Yeah.
I'm still okay. Right? Like,
there's
still some ingraining in there. Like, my body understands how to conserve, understands how to move. And some regular schlub is gonna like talk shit.
What about a K1 fighter
who hasn't put in? I mean, yeah. K or KS, I can't remember what he had won, ISK, AA, whatever. But like, I haven't seen him in the K1. Has he won K1 fights?
I don't know.
Tate? Like, he's won some fights, but at the same time, I never heard of him.
Yeah. Well, that was my whole point on this one. I made like a flippant comment on the Minecraft fucking game stream of all places, where it was just like, there's no way he's like driving people to the guy's house and threatening them and all this. Like, it's all bullshit theater. So I'm like you, where like, if somebody's going to fight, they're not going to be like pumping their chest over it. They're basically going to walk over and like sign the waiver, like you said, right?
Yeah.
So I guess somebody sent a super chat to Rich Cooper's channel telling him, hey, this guy Ryan says you're bullshit. And I guess he wasted like half of the podcast calling me a nobody, having like a big freak out moment. That's the big joke when they say the heartfelt answer, because that's what Jack Murphy said to the Sydney Watson chick. Was like,
heartfelt,
fuck you. Talking about the cuck article. Heartfelt, fuck you. So now that's the joke. Every time you add heartfelt to something. But yeah, see, I'm with you. Like, I remember, I'm from a redneck town. And I remember like the chillest people you'll ever meet are these guys with like lunch pail hands. You know the ones I'm talking about, where there's so many calluses on the knuckles that their hands look like just big lunch boxes. Yep. And I was like, yeah, I don't want to fight that guy, because like his hands have basically been broken so many times. The bones have hardened up into a big club. And I've seen them fight once or twice. It was never very good. So I guess the answer is no, he doesn't hold women accountable. And then Jay Stokes reminded me it was DJ Academics show.
DJ Academic Show. Yeah, that was what it that's what
Dude,
it
who
was.
comes up with these names? Is that like, is he a big deal? I'm not American, so this is like, I'm lost on this. Is that a thing?
He had a when I clicked on the thing, he had a fairly large following.
Fuck, fair enough.
But yeah, I'd never heard of him. Never heard of him at all.
Oh, I guess he's big now. A bunch of random people in California and Canada are talking about it, so whatever. And then hot dog and clogs, 430, 34, $10 super chat. Cheese money for the doggos. Thank you, sir. Keep the hobo away from your dogs. Oh, Cappy. I thought he was making fun of your beard. I was like, that thing is
no.
fucking
majestic. It's rough. The hair too. You can't see because it's dark, but like, I haven't cut or shaved anything in a while. I'm just pulling it back.
Well, same. We're in that butter zone. If you guys don't know when you're growing your hair, by the way, there's like there's like an uncomfortable zone where it's not long enough to be long hair, but not short enough to be short hair. I think you and I are there now. Like it sticks out too much.
Well, I mean, the stuff
doesn't
on
work.
the top is plenty long, but I have like the sides still growing. It like poofs out.
Yeah, the only advice I ever got with that is just slick the sides as best you can and let the top do its messy thing. And I don't know, we'll see if it works. Whatever.
If I keep it dark enough in here, you can't really see. So,
who's gonna talk shit?
The mustache.
If you don't like my hair, you can come to San Jose and we can talk about it. Just sign the waiver.
Just sign the waiver, man. Come on down.
Dude, I'd like
sign
that.
the waiver. Won't take long. Take about 10 minutes to sign in.
You're lucky I'm not some kind of like Don King marketer, by the way, because I would Mike Tyson you. I would start throwing you out as like the Manosphere Octagon man. Build up all kinds of shit like Jake Paul, you know, like his thing, except for like you can actually throw punches. Oh, I would pimp you hard. But I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, so I can't. So I'm just going to laugh behind a screen in on Ontario and talk shit. All right. Okay, so back to this one. So the accountable thing. Dude, actually, thank you, by the way, because I don't know. I don't watch Kevin Samuels. I don't watch Fresh and Fit. I don't watch most of the Manosphere. I've never seen Better Bachelor.
Kevin Samuels was great too, because he's just like, if you haven't guys seen him, like watch a few episodes, but like they're all the same episode. It's like middle-aged black woman calls in, men ain't shit. Why can't I find somebody? And he just tells them the truth, and they don't like it. And then everybody hates him and makes fun of him. And I'm in a chat with some guys, and somebody shared a screenshot of some girl's Hinge bio, and it said something like, it had something about Kevin Samuels and like, keep your fucking Kevin Samuels ideology shit away from me or whatever. Like he's pissed off enough women by telling them the truth that like people are putting it in their bios now to like tell guys to stay away. If you like Kevin Samuels, fucking fuck off.
That's funny. You become like a verb. Don't be Kevin Samuelsing me, son of a bitch. Why would you want that wild, though, man? Like you're from California. The girls, like the international opinion of California girls. Remember, it used to be like bikini babes from the 80s and all that shit. And now it's like crazy psychos.
I moved from Indiana to California thinking that it was going to be fucking bikinis and fucking tan skin and butts all the day, every day. I didn't realize that California was so long and Southern California was so far away from Northern California, because I moved into San Jose, Northern California. And there's still lots of very beautiful women down LA all the way down to San Diego. But like, yeah, they're crazy. That's the new thing, is like bragging about how many pills they're on.
Jesus.
Oh, I took this many, whatever. I took this today. I ran out of my whatever. Like, what the fuck's going on? I had like a really popular tweet talking about how crazy it is that pills have become so common.
What the fuck?
It's so common. Like every girl that I meet that's like under 35 is on a lot of pills.
Like, Jesus. I remember, I don't want to name who, but I remember there was somebody in the sphere who may or may not have been jerking off on Chatterbait that was talking about how they had to take Ambien and booze to sleep. And that freaked me the fuck out. Because a lot of military guys were on like Ativan and SSRIs and a lot of drinking in the Navy. But even then, guys were terrified of that. To see guys, you're like, yeah, this is how I sleep. It scares the shit out of me. And girls are bragging about this?
I mean, yeah, it's just, it's so, this whole idea of like
I'm watching a
normal,
defeated man.
normalizing mental health awareness. Like we're aware of it. Everybody's aware that people have mental health issues, but it's become so common and mainstream. It's like
It's like a flex now.
everybody's so mentally fucked up. You got to be on pills. That's what the mindset is right now. Like everybody's messed up. And it's like, no, they're not. And people operated for millions of years without pills. There's no reason for all of these pills to be taken now. Like you're making up reasons to take drugs. Like sort
We
yourself
got to
out.
put you
Eat
in like a
right.
nice suit.
Eat right, like an exercise. That's probably going to take care of most of your problems. And then the number 3 would be to fucking actually look at the world in a based reality rather than your reality. Your reality is what's fucking you up, people.
Dude, we're gonna put you in a suit and we're gonna make a TikTok where you're talking to a middle-aged black woman. It's like, dude, just put down the pills, have some soda, have a Diet Coke, have some chicken, steamed chicken, and come to the gym. We'll do some jogging.
Well, that's interesting. I don't know if the black women are taking the pills as much as the white chicks and Asian chicks.
Oh, really?
Well, that's just from my observation from watching Kevin Samuels. He says,
I'm Canadian, man. I'm learning.
He tells a lot of women to go see a psychiatrist, to seek counseling, because most of them find Jesus instead. And it's a thing. It's like, oh my God, all you girls, you start having problems and whatever, and you start going to church. But like,
my pills are
you're not fixing your issues.
I would laugh. What are you on? Xanax and Ambien? What about you? I'm on Jesus. Lord mercy.
Jesus took the wheel. After my 3rd baby.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh no, it was a $5.
Yeah, another one here. No, okay, I should clarify because I'm not trying to start some drama, mostly because it doesn't get shit for engagement. I'd rather talk about West Coast Caleb, but again, I'm just some nobody Canadian. If you're having a fucking temper tantrum because I run my mouth, I don't know what to tell you. Like if John was running his mouth, I'd fucking react to that. But yeah, I'm just whatever. You're the star here. You're the blue check. I'm just the guy who's like totally standing for the UFC fighter in front of me. It's nice to see one without like a really spotted French accent anyway, thank God. No shade to GSP. There we go. Andrew wants a piece of this, though. He's willing to spend 10 RONs on you. Internet fight. Man. So what is it? San Jose? Sign the waiver?
Let's go.
Dude, all we need is like one of those Canon D100 cameras, and you guys can watch this. It'll be like the first ever followed through Manosphere fight. Oh, do you know about this shit? Do you know what I'm talking about when I say the Manosphere fights? Oh, dude. Okay, so
I mean, we have like Trilla and the triangle thing now. Whatever.
Wait,
Triad combat, bare knuckle fights. There's a lot of opportunities. Like if guys really have internet beefs, there's all kinds of places for them to fight now. You can maybe get on a Jake Paul. You guys got big enough followings. You can get on a Jake Paul fucking boxing card.
That's probably pretty good for the views because Jake Paul's bringing like Mayweather money into that shit, and he can't even. I guess he's starting to box now pretty well, isn't he? I'm not the best at noticing what makes a good boxer or not, but I've heard
he's boxing better than washed up wrestlers that fought MMA. And these guys, he's 10, 15 years younger. He's juiced to the gills, and whatever. That's just a circus thing, though. I don't view that as sport. That's celebrity boxing.
Of course it is.
He's a really good
kind of shot itself
boxer.
in the foot, right?
He's just picking the right guys to fight.
Yeah. Well, I mean, isn't that the whole point of it? It's entertainment. I know boxing tries to say about the purity of the sport, but Don King kind of fucked the pooch on that one.
Well, that's why the Ali Act was created in 2000, was to get rid of all of the problems with Don King.
Oh, did it work?
It allowed fighters to see the revenue streams, to see like where the money was going, how much money was being made, so that the promoter couldn't, take money off the top and hide shit.
Yeah.
It guaranteed independent rankings, independent titles. The guy who wins the belt gets to go to be a free agent. That way, you don't get these like, because that was Don King saying. He was like, okay, you can fight my champion, but if you win, I represent you now. And then like
Oh,
you'd get stuck on this huge contract. And that was another thing, was like they got rid of the shady ass contracts. So like boxing, people say, oh, boxing's dead, but like it's not dead, it's flourishing. Like they've got a shitload of weight classes, a shitload of champions. They're all making crazy money. They make more money than MMA fighters. Like MMA fighter with 3 fights is going to make less money than a boxer with 3 fights, usually.
yeah. Well, it sounds like they
it's good.
basically need to take the route that you take, where you kind of get your shit together, start advocating for your own thing, ruffle some feathers, and then get your own whatever. What you call it, the Ali Act?
Yeah, that's what we're trying to. We're trying to expand the Ali Act. That's what we've been self-paying to go to Congress and lobby and try to get them to expand MMA and kickboxing, grappling, even all into this, because it's a huge conflict of interest. And this was made illegal. I'm taking a little side thing here. This was made illegal in the 1800s in the U.S. That was the promoter or event coordinator controlling exclusive contracts and the title. You can't have a sport if those things happen. If you are the one who is signing long-term contracts with people and you get to decide who fights for the title, when they fight for the title, how they ascend to fighting for the title, it's a conflict of interest. That's not a sport. It's no longer a sport, and it's not legal in the U.S. That's why we have a class action lawsuit going on with the UFC, and it's not a sport. It's a production, and that's the big problem with MMA right now. And you see a lot of these other organizations popping up because they don't fall under the boxing guidelines, boxing rules, so they don't have to follow Ali Act.
Oh, I get you. So yeah, basically MMA and UFC is kind of where boxing was in the 1880s, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Huh.
Yeah.
So in the Jake Paul thing, somebody was asking before about,
Yeah.
I guess he was talking about better fighter pay and shit too, right? So that's like generally.
He's just pulling clout for himself, because if he was serious, he could reach. We have a mixed martial arts fighters association. He could reach out to us. He could go with us to Congress and lobby. He could help us pay for that lobbying expense. Like he could support and talk about the class action lawsuit. He hasn't done any of those things. We have three active entities working tirelessly to make change, and he hasn't reached out or talked to them in any way. He's just making clout for himself.
That son of a bitch. Show up to San Jose, sign up. We'll make
Go
this.
to San Jose, fucker.
Oh, that's kind of neat. This was just supposed to be me talking some shit about people starting internet beef for nothing. Oh, that's what it started from. Yeah, because like you see, you're talking about fighting. You're talking about the business of fighting. You're talking about like giving some integrity to fighting. You're talking about making it like a strong profession, adequate pay, make it sustainable. So here's what happened. Originally, I think this one was one of the Tate guys too. There's this guy, Ivan Throne. Have you ever heard of him?
I've heard of Ivan. Yeah, I've met Ivan.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you know him. So they were supposed to have a boxing match too, and they were going to do the find a ring, get a venue, get the things there. I don't know what happened with that, but it fizzled out. I'm going to guess it's because not enough people were like showing interest or the engagement wasn't right. And so they're like, yeah, no, we're not going to fight. And then another one happened. And the same thing, it fizzled out into nothing. And then I guess Myron, for a period there, again, no shade, it's just he was challenging anybody talking shit to him in his chat with like a boxing match, like it's 1997 internet. It was the fucking weirdest thing. I think even Rule Zero Dad, if he's in the chat, he was like threatened to box him. And it was like, and it's been like a meme at this point that every time somebody threatens a boxing match or an MMA fight, it's going to fizzle out into nothing, but it's just for like cheap, easy clout.
No.
And that's why I'm like, that might be your, dude, that's going to be your like legacy. If you're going to be like, you know what, all this shit, I'm going to make a ring and none of this backyard, you know, those, what is the one that you're saying where it's like, I've seen one episode where it was dirt just ground. And then they had an octagon
they
around
some,
the
like
dirt.
Russian ones where they're just out.
Yeah.
Kimbo Slices, his like brother, cousin, son, whatever that guy was.
That's the one. Yeah.
That guy, they were fighting outside in Dade County.
But they actually bought like a proper
the
octagon with the chains and everything too, with like the foam on the thing. But then the bottom is just like cobbled dirt and shit like that. It's like the most ghetto stuff you've ever seen.
Sand fighting.
Ooh. Here's one for you too. Johnny in Canada, Jimmy Jones, sorry. Lockdown, staying inside, doing shadow boxing, practicing kicks. Like, what are some fighting standards I should be able to do? Well, that's a good question.
Man, well, you got your shadow boxing stuff. Film yourself. Are you just doing stand-up stuff? I would try to mix in some wrestling drills if you can put in some wrestling drills in there. Get your takedown attempt, your shot, get that, your penetration step dialed in, your sprawl, all that type of stuff. Um, yeah. And then learning how to stand in base, how to get up from bottom. Those are little things you can work on.
Yeah, I still can't believe this. Do you know Canada just went into another like full lockdown in January?
That's crazy.
Yeah,
England and Scotland, or no, it's England, Ireland. They're like over it.
yeah. They literally said, we're done.
We're
And it
done.
sucks
There's no
because like
more.
Australia's gonna unlock before us. It's fucking ridiculous.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But that's good though. I mean, you got to do what you got to do. I'm building up a decent home gym. I have those what are they called? Do you know the ones they're like bars, they're like a sawhorse but for people. They're two metal bars in a U shape. You put them on the ground, you can use them for dips and a whole bunch of other stuff. There's a name
I've
for
been
them.
I've been following another Canadian, GSP, on Instagram.
Oh.
He's got one of these. He's got one of those things. It's like bars on the ground.
Yeah,
It
those are
only
the
comes up
ones.
to like your chest, but like you sit on the ground, you can do pull ups and all kinds of twists and
Yeah,
turns
those
and things
ones.
on it. I think you can hook it up to do Nordic curls too.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. I mean, it's like what were those old? Remember those old prison workouts where it was all body weight shit with like the jungle gym at the schoolyard? They're like home versions of those things. Oh, here's a good one. Chesty. He's the one I was talking about that almost got threatened to a boxing match too. He just kind of laughed that off. De La Hoya always talking shit about Dana and is paying fighters. Is he helping you guys at all? Well, that's a good question. He's
Like
talking
I
about
would love
Oscar
to
De
get
La
an
Hoya,
Oscar
right?
ear. I would love to get it his ear because he tried to promote a MMA event. He did. He had
Really?
fights, he had fighters, and he paid him pretty good. But I think when he did that, he realized that you can't compete. It's a monopoly. You can't compete. Like UFC owns 90% of all the top 10 guys in every weight class. They bought all the other belts back in the 2010s. So they own all the top belts. So they're the only belt that anybody really recognizes.
Oh, so they, like
So
Pride, they brought Pride. That's why Pride's not around
they
anymore.
bought Pride, they bought WEC, they bought a couple things, they bought a few things, and they shut them down.
Jesus.
And then they ate up their belts, and um, they have control. So like, there's Moody's reports. These are like financial reports that like big money institutions send out to people for investment and whatever. And in the Moody's reports, they talk about how advantageous the UFC's position is because the barrier to entry is like almost impossible for a promoter. So
Huh.
like you can't really come in as a promoter if you have a ton of money and start promoting MMA because you have no access to those top guys because the UFC controls exclusive contract and it controls the title. So like how do you compete with that? How do you get the top guys away from the only title anybody cares about? You either have to have a
Interesting.
ton of money where you're paying everybody on the card millions of dollars out of pocket just to risk it, or you have to get those top athletes to fight for a top belt. You can't do that right now. So a lot of these guys will realize that they just can't make money in MMA. So they stay. Yeah, he's staying with boxing, and then a lot of people will. That's where you get these bare knuckle fights. That's where you get these. They have like pillow fighting now. They have
Wait,
arm
sorry,
wrestling
what?
fighting where they tie
Whoa,
your
whoa, whoa, whoa,
hands
whoa, whoa,
together and
whoa.
you punch each
What the
other up.
fuck are you pillow fights?
They have guys. They have people in a ring hitting each other with pillows.
Like seriously hitting it? Like are they
Yes,
filled with anything?
like pillow material.
Oh, dude. What the
Yes.
hell?
So and you have you have all these offshoots of different types of fighting that's not boxing because they all avoid the same Ali Act rules.
I'm just starting to think now because I know that was the big thing on the internet for a while is those slap competitions out of Russia,
Mhm.
which
Yep.
I'm freaked out about those ones because you see a bunch of those
That's
fat guys with
still
no necks, and I'm like, I'm not slap fighting him. He'll kill me.
these guys. They're freaking bear paws for hands.
Yeah,
No neck.
lunch
Get out of here.
pails.
So you
I'm just
might
trying to
knock me out
picture
with a
you as like a
slap, but
professional pillow fighter.
I'll knock you out walking up a flight of stairs. That's the next contest.
Do you think
We
you
have
would
to
be
walk
hey?
upstairs to get to the slap, and then
So hey, if you were a professional pillow fighter, how do you think you would do? Do you think you'd be good, or is Is there a certain technique that you just can't train while you're doing MMA stuff that I would never be a
I
champion?
know. I mean,
pillow
it's
fighter. I'm
like
too old.
asking how good would you be if you took it in the ass? How good would you be at taking it in the ass?
Oh, shade thrown at the pillow fighting community. Well, that's the thing, though. But I guess that's back to the title. That's the drama of it, right? That's what people love to hate. I think Dante in the chat, by the way, might have found the report you're talking about. So, guys, click that. Let us know what's in there. I'm kind of curious myself.
Oh man!
So I didn't know about these.
Sometimes you
news
gotta pay
reports
like
doing
hundreds
this
of dollars
stuff.
to get those full reports too. It's crazy.
Really? Just like trying to get a research paper. Some guy does a thing how like
I mean, that's what it
people
is. It's like a
fixes mental
financial
health and pay.
investment research paper.
Fuck, cool. Oh, Jesus. All right, here's Chesty with some jokes. The pillow fighting or the pillow biting? There's an 80s reference. Do you guys even know what that one means?
Yeah.
I know John does.
Pillow biters.
Yeah. Well, I was telling you this offline. That's what the drama is right now. It's like, who's the most popular boxer right now? Jake Paul, which why? He's not a very good boxer. I think we said he's getting better, but he's not like if he joined today, what would he be? Top 100? Top 200? Would he barely be in? Would he be like just like the best rookie or like what?
I don't even know what weight class he necessarily would fight in, but there's plenty of guys who would smoke him. Like he's usually fighting smaller guys too.
Really?
Like, yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like he should be fighting guys like man, who's the guy that just beat Anthony Joshua?
You're asking the wrong guy.
Yeah, well, he's a whatever white dude from Ukraine, whatever. But that guy, he's supposed to be fighting Fury, I think, next. But like he was a lower weight class before he went to that heavyweight. I don't know if it's cruiserweight or whatever, but that's kind of like the weight. Usyk, that's his name, I think. Usyk. He sounds like a disco song. But I think when he was at the lower weight, that's probably around Paul's weight. I don't think Paul's gonna like do shit to somebody like that, you know.
Interesting. Because I think Paul's like 210 or something like that, which isn't it over 200? You're in the heavyweight, and it's anything above 200.
It's something like that. It's around there.
No, just thinking because Tyson was 240, so that's pretty close to that class. And I would definitely not.
Tyson was at his prime. He was only like around 220.
Oh, really? I didn't know.
When he was older, when he came out of prison for rape, that he was heavier. Which is
speaking of the all-time things you could say to intimidate somebody.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna make people mad with this, but like it's the craziest thing in my life. Like I whatever, I don't care about Mike, but like the amount of love that Mike Tyson gets for being a convicted rapist. It's a little crazy. It's a little crazy. Like I'm sure people have their opinions that he didn't really do that or whatever. But I mean, he was found in a court of law, the jury found him guilty of raping a woman, and they put him in prison.
Robin Givens, I remember this one. Jesus.
And everybody kind of forgot about it and don't care. I think that's kind of funny.
Yeah, and Robin Givens isn't in like any new movies lately too. So Jesus, that's actually kind of funny. I've never actually thought about this. All right, so here, do you want to handle this one? What's
the girl that he raped doing these days? Like what does her life look like right now?
Oh, she's probably still living off of that Tyson money.
There's a VH1 Where Are They Now story for you. Dude,
that would be funny. All right, so here's one. Do you want to talk old UFC stuff? I guess your fight with Marcio Alfaya. Can you read this one?
It's Polish passport.
Yeah, what can I say? We got a lot of inside
John's fight versus Marcel Alfaya about 10 years ago. One of my coaches was saying Alfaya was cheated out by the judges because he had you on the defensive most of the time. Yeah, he's definitely talking out of his ass.
What do you remember about that
fight? I was moving forward the entire fight.
Well, how does that work? Like, how do they judge defense?
I had a popped rib in that fight. I popped it like 2 weeks before, and there was one point where he might have been the first round where he got my back, and it took me a second to get away. But yeah, I dominated the whole fight. I don't think it was even close.
Huh. So how do they judge that then? So like I know because there's the judges have to say who gets more points based on your defense, offense. What are the what's the criteria? I'm a newbie. I don't know how it's judged.
That's one of the biggest problems with MMA is nobody knows how it's judged. There is no written criteria on how to score a fight and
Really?
how a fight is won. There's no like, if you take a board game you've never seen before, it has detailed instructions on how to win and how to pick the winner. And
Yeah.
a person off the street could read it and figure it out. You could do that with football. You could read the rules set and figure out how the game is played by watching. There's nothing like that in MMA. And that's purposely done because they want the fights to like be wishy-washy and the better guy sometimes loses. It takes power away from the athlete. He doesn't get paid more the next fight. It takes away from his credibility. Like, it's just, I think that's a reason why they haven't fixed the judging, is because it benefits the promoter.
Huh. Which is funny because that means you guys have the same problem that like Olympic ballerinas have, where the judges there, they have no criteria, so it's just subjective as shit.
Yep.
And so they can collude. Do you remember hearing about this in the Olympics? It was like 10 years ago. I think the Seoul, Korea ones or something, maybe later. But I guess all the judges conspired against the Canadian figure skater or something like that, and they ended up winning that one. But she crushed it out there, and I guess her performance was so much better than everybody else's, it made like a big shitstorm. I can't believe I'm talking about. I'm like, I don't know anything about the UFC. Let me tell you about figure skating.
No, I mean, if they really wanted to, they just need to eliminate some of the restrictions. Let us headbutt again. Let us throw knees to the head on the ground. Let us soccer kick. You're gonna get a lot more finishes.
What about fish hooks again? Fish hooks and eye gouges. Dude, a kick to the head though. That's like, you're talking like single digit UFCs back in the day. They didn't even have weight classes. That kind of stuff.
And then another big problem we have with what's happened is, because of the push towards, they want to force the action to stand up, and they want knockouts because people want the cheap knockouts.
Yeah.
They stand guys up faster, which eliminated 50% of the fight, because now nobody trains to fight off their back anymore. Everybody trains to hold you. So you take somebody down, they just lock up your arms, elbows, hands, and lock their guard and hold you until the ref stands you up.
I remember that during like the Gracie years. The clinch was always that clinch once you get somebody to the ground is
before 2008, if you got taken down, you were on the ground until you got up.
Huh. You think that's a good move or a bad move?
I think it's a bad move. I think you need to introduce a yellow card. If there's no action from top, give the guy a yellow card, then stand him up. And then if they keep doing it, take him down again, there's no action, yellow card, stand them up. Like, people try to say I took people down and held them down, but I'm like top 3 most strikes landed in the UFC, and I did it in less fights than the guys who are above me.
Oh, look at that. So basically saying, if we ever get into a fight, the odds of me getting punched multiple times by you are higher than if I got into a fight with any other UFC fighter, past or present.
Much higher. And my
much higher.
my punching, my striking differential is like one of the top 3, top 4 also.
What's a striking differential?
That means, like, for every time I hit somebody, every time I hit, I don't know, what was it? I think every time I hit somebody, for every 80, it was like 80 to 85 times I hit somebody, they hit me once.
Jesus. I remember your fights were cool, but I don't remember being like that bad. Dude, that's
I did this in 18 fights. Like, I'm still on record boards, the top 5, top 10, top 3 on a lot of these things. Like, they try to just make me disappear. Like, oh, he was boring, you held people down. Bullshit. I beat the fuck out of you on top. I have growths on my elbows from the elbows that I landed to people's faces and heads.
You got the lunch pail elbows? The big
my arms don't go straight anymore. Like, whatever.
Jesus. Imagine hitting somebody with your elbow so many times that the elbow doesn't work right. And for me, that's like a bony thing. I club that and everything. Jesus. I don't know why. That just makes me laugh, man. Like, every time I see, I've never been a big fighter. I did some Taekwondo in like university and that, and it was like city championship kind of stuff, but never pro level. That's why I've always got mad respect for somebody who's like completely comfortable having a fight. Cause I'm like, I just remember, like, you remember the old days when you first learned to punch and you like broke your hand when you hit somebody in the face for the first time without protection. And you're like, I don't want to punch anybody anymore.
No, man, that's the worst too. Cause when you first start fighting, your soft tissue is kind of weak and you don't have the correct technique to land punches. You hurt your hand quite a bit. And I've been in fights where I was like, I don't want to hit this guy anymore. But you just gotta suck it up and keep hitting him.
I'm gonna
It's like,
switch
man,
to strangling
my
him
hand's
because
gonna hurt
this
all
punching
week.
hurts. Fuck, that's funny. Here, Bobby. Here, Bobby's got the best UFC advice. You could be a trainer, dude. Do your best. Don't leave it to the judges. All you got to do is never get hit, and you'll win every fight, John. All you have to do to avoid death is or to live forever is never die. It sounds so simple.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's the thing is, yeah, it's easy to say, don't leave it to the judges. But, you know, when one guy's just holding on to you because he wants the ref to stand you up, like, he's not leaving it to, he's not trying to finish. He's not trying to leave it up to the judges. He's stalling.
Fair enough. That's when you get those little, I remember, who was it that did that? Used to get little cheap shots in at shit like that, where as soon as the ref would stand him up, he'd get like a jab in, he'd get a yellow card for it. But it was like, well, I still hit him in the nuts, so fuck it. That's going to carry over. But they always had me with like bigger guys too when I was training. Because I think when I was training Taekwondo, they had me at like 180 pounds. But for there wasn't enough people. So the weight classes was anything above 180 was considered heavyweight. And so I'd always get like the big, you know, when you train with like guys who outweigh you by 50 pounds and they're slow and they're usually uncoordinated. But as soon as they land on your floating rib, you can't breathe for 3 weeks. I used to get that shit at nut shots all the time.
300-pound heavyweight take me down. Pop my rib once. I think that's how I hurt my rib before that Alfaya fight.
Oh, god damn.
I was light sparring with somebody and he just hit a takedown. I kind of half fought it and pop.
Oh.
You can't mess with those big guys sometimes.
Dude, the worst part of that is like where it hurts. You have to breathe shallow because a deep breath hurts. I hate that shit.
And when you can't comfortably take a shit. that I've been there. I have sat down on the toilet for an hour waiting for it just to come out without pushing. Please just go. I can't.
It's not worth it.
Please just come out.
That's why you don't want to fight,
like
boys.
Make a bath and turn on warm water or something. Oh man.
I'm just picturing a guy right now, like after this show, going to take a shit, and it's like, yeah, I'm never getting to a fight again. This is too nice to be out in 15 minutes. Oh, Jimmy, for fighting, what's good standard for stamina? Is it 8 rounds of 5 minutes, 12 rounds of 3 minutes? Well, that's a good question. I've always trained, when they trained me, it was like, if you're doing 3 rounds of 5 minutes, it's best to train 5 rounds of 5 minutes, but there was never any like reason behind it. Just do it. Is there like a science behind this?
It's difficult because you should train with a higher output than you're actually going to fight in. So there's a lot of different strategies you can take. Like one is to do 3 minutes, 30-second break for your rounds, but you are high volume, high output. You can get yourself used to the fight rounds, which is 5-minute round and a minute break, doing those. And then, you know, sometimes I'll just put on the clock and let it run, and I'll go 20 minutes, 25 minutes of just, you know, switching sides, doing whatever on the bag, not really stopping, not really taking any breaks. There's different ways to do it. I think you got to mix it up.
If you guys haven't seen this, by the way, I know you don't plug your shit nearly enough. I've been so offended. Do you remember that time where somebody's like, John, you're so smart at this stuff, you should write a book. And then they found out you wrote 2. Like, I'm putting a link to it here, guys. You check this out. Like, he talks about this. It's the Contact Sports Workout Bible and the Weight Loss Cut Bible. I hope you don't mind me pitching your stuff here. Are you okay with that, John?
No, this one did with the Herculean Strength one. That's cool because he put his knowledge together of football and rugby lifting, like mass and power. And then I have created my own Fit Smash strength system for martial arts. And I share some of that in that Herculean Strength product.
Ooh. And here, I'll put that one.
I'm an avid lifter. I love lifting, but I discovered that it was impossible to lift the way I was taught to lift in high school and college. And train MMA because there's too many hours put into skill set training in MMA. I can't go to failure and like not use my arms for the next day. Like I still have 3 more workouts that same day. You know, I can't go to failure with my squats and have my legs shaking and then go and do kick practice and do.
I was gonna say, one calf kick and you're done.
So it's, I had to switch things up. More lifting days, but less time on those days. 6 days a week. I never lift more than 35, 45 minutes. Keep it
Huh.
simple. Now, dude, I don't lift more than like 3 lifts a day.
Well, do you need to though? Because I've been seeing even when you were like, I'm gonna gain some weight and get fat, and you're like, I'm 235, and I was like, God
I did
damn.
I did the same. I did the same lifting. I did the same system that I did, but I increased um, the reps some days, and some
Mm-hmm.
days I did more sets. I just had more fun with it because I didn't have to I could take a day to recover.
Fucking sweet. Anyways, guys, check this shit out. It really is fucking gold. All right, let's get back to talking shit about women.
Yeah. So let's talk about how you can actually hold women accountable.
Ooh. Here,
Mhm.
guys, you heard it here first.
Actionable
Enough of this
advice.
fucking internet bullshit drama. John's gonna
Nope.
hold women accountable for real. He's giving you the tips. You got the floor, dude.
First and
I'm in.
foremost, you are never
Oops.
going to hold you're never going to hold all women accountable. You can't. It'll never happen. Um, because half the population is women, and more than half the male population are also women. And because of this, you're not going to hold anybody accountable. You're always going to be wrong, and you're always going to be the asshole trying to explain anything or whatever. So you hold women accountable in silence with your actions. Okay, if she's not compliant and acting up, you put her on ice until she behaves. And if she doesn't behave, you next her. That's truly the only way to hold a woman accountable is by removing your attention. And you're not going to do it with the masses. You're only going to be able to do it with the close circle of girls you have that you're dating and spending time with. Don't try to change the world. Just try to change the world around you. That's it. That's my spiel. Oh, did Ryan's gone for a second? Oh, you go.
Oh, you're supposed to carry. God damn it. It's like
Carrie.
I'm
I
not
was
even
hey
gone.
man. But no, that was basically it. Is one of the greatest tools that I've used myself, and I've seen other guys use because I've been in some chats with guys who are trying this stuff out, using it daily and sharing notes. The ice method, icing girls, icing your chick, the woman you're talking to or dating. It's such a powerful thing. Um, it shows a level of I don't need you, I don't need your garbage. That is attractive, that women find attractive. If she says something out of line and you don't hit her back for a couple days, there's a good chance she's going to come back and say something else, or you can re-enter a week later to the chat or the conversation, change the subject, and her attitude and behavior will change because she missed you
Aw.
and she needs your attention. She wants your attention, but she
Dude, you're
has
not
to
even.
earn it. She has to want to earn. She has to feel like she's earned it, not that it's easy and free and just there.
Which is funny too, because I don't think guys realize, like, because, okay, you're tall, you're attractive. I'm sure at some point you've had a girl that you weren't into kind of throw herself at you. Tell me I'm wrong.
Bro, like we're in the Bay
Bro.
Area. We're in the Bay Area. So there's a lot of these like, I'm a big boss, babe, whatever, and I'm gonna be a man and I act like I'm a penis thingy, whatever.
Yeah, and
Uh
they throw themselves at you, but you're like, it's I kind of want to,
so well they come
I kind
at
of
you
want to
like a
hunt.
man. They come at you like a shitty man comes at like a woman. Like the worst idea of a man like hitting on a chick that you could think of, that's what they think men do, and then they try to do that. And you're just like,
Oh,
fuck away from me. And it's just like I don't know. It's funny. Like I've walked into bars and walked into places where I'm like looking for somebody, and I've had like just Gollum's approach, and try to
you're the
talk to me, get
precious.
really friendly, and like really surprised that I didn't want to engage or talk to them. I'm just like, no, I'm okay. I'm looking for somebody. Like, oh, well, I just want to say, like, okay, and I keep walking, and then like they have no idea how to react from that because they're used to all these like soy guys like, oh my god, a girl talked to me. Like,
I know it's like cathartic. Like I could just picture some bitch ex-girlfriend, and then now she's gained a bunch of weight. And she walks up to you, is like, "Hey, you got a nice package there, bud." And you're like, "Fuck away from me."
It's almost
Like you're
to that
holding them
level.
accountable.
It's just like, man,
Well, I like
we
that.
got
You're right. It's like, why do you want to hold all women accountable? How about the one woman that wants to be part of your life? She's really the only one you need. That's kind of what you were getting
yep,
at.
yes,
I think that's the issue. I think that's why guys love this yelling at women shit so much, because like they don't get that option of a
mm,
girl that they can hold accountable. So they like the idea of all women. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's almost like a coping theater, like where chicks watch some other chick is like, "I'm a boss bitch. Nobody can tell me what to do." And meanwhile, she's on SSRIs, feeding her cat, whatever. Makes you
mhm,
feel like you're in a wonderful little world that like your piece of shit life doesn't exist. But for this one little couple minutes, your dad is yelling at some chick, telling her to get her time right. And you're like, that's the chick I'm gonna meet. After Kevin Samuels yelled at her, she's gonna come find me. And then she'll know how to act right. And then I'll tell her no, and I'll teach that bitch a lesson. I bet you that's the thing. What do you think of the odds? I got a vivid imagination, so you're gonna have to give me leeway here.
there's this guy in the chat, Bogdan Wolf, is asking about ice,
Oh,
and
yeah, Bogdan.
saying
He's
that
good shit, by the way. He's
I don't know
making
if he's
some.
joking. I don't know if he's joking. He's saying internal combustion engine with ice. No, when I say ice, when you put them on ice, you put them on ice. You put them on hold. You don't respond. You don't engage. You withdraw your attention.
Yeah.
It's one of the most powerful moves you have is withdraw your attention.
Yeah, which is good. No, and Bogdan, he's absolutely serious. Like he's actually part of our private community. We've talked a bunch before. He's got things, and he's made so much progress. It's the craziest thing. Like to see him when he first started versus now, and it's funny because it's just for a lot of guys, maybe they just didn't know what putting a girl on ice or a soft next was, and literally all they needed was like a big brother like you just to say, "Hey, put that chick
Yes.
on ice. It'll be
That's
fine."
mostly what all of this is, isn't it?
Yeah,
Really? Because a lot of guys didn't have a big brother or the dad to tell them. And
yeah,
you have society telling you the opposite, complete opposite. So
I just
like
want.
it's confusing. And I don't know, man. I think you guys out there who haven't figured this shit out, find somebody with a little bit of knowledge and get a
Well, I was
coach.
gonna say there's a guy right here with a magnificent beard who seems to be pretty fucking good at it and can help you if you get into a fight. I'm just saying. Maybe you should stop
Teach you how to
offloading it onto
fight,
piece of
get you
shit
lean,
grifters
get
and
you
do it.
jacked,
God damn it,
get you laid. We can do that. And
dude!
I'm
I want
even
to go
like
on your channel. I
I'm
want to do
getting
a
to the
show with
point where
you.
I'm mostly retired, maybe even from uh all
Dating or
these chicken
fighting?
heads. Because I've got a pretty good long LTR
Yeah, but
going.
it's a skill. Like you never lose it. If she
It's
decides to go crazy, you'll be fine.
yeah, exactly. Like it's not like a done deal. It's like she's constantly gonna have to like hit the marks. And if she doesn't, like I'll next her. I don't have any problem. That is one thing that I really am grateful for with divorces. Like I'm extremely ruthless and cold about that shit now. It's like you're gonna do what I want or you're gone because I'm not losing half my shit.
Oh,
Period.
dude,
I'm not doing that shit. Like
I love that about you, man. It's like just a cool, confident, not giving a fuck. I really, dude, you are the underrated guy on Rule Zero. I don't think people really understand how much of a big fucking like success or like a big deal you are. I don't know how else to word it. Like the MMA thing, like, yeah, he's really fucking good. Like I get that, but I don't think they realize when it comes to like laying pipe, you've got 99.9% of pickup artists beat. I think Troy's the only buddy who gives you a run for your money because Troy's fucking awesome. And you don't
and
even know. That's
I've
the
never
worst part is
even
because you don't know that
I've
you
never
even
even
are
done
that good.
pickup. I've never even done pickup.
You've done every time you've picked up a girl, you've done pickup.
True.
You've
But
ridden a
like
bike. When you were a kid, you probably put on training wheels, but you didn't think about training wheels. You just had them and then you took them off. It's the same thing.
yeah, but there are certain dynamics about um meeting women and getting numbers and stuff like that back in the day that I didn't understand.
Mm-hmm.
And when you don't understand that stuff, it can be very frustrating and kind of hurt your feelings.
Yeah, maybe.
I chatted her up all night. We danced a lot. I got the number. Never called. Never, it was the wrong number, or she never answered, or she'd never call me back, or whatever. Like, um, that stuff would bother you before. Now it's like gives a shit. It's like
Yeah.
it's about numbers, it's about experience, it's about like having fun. Like that's the big part of it, is like having fun. You're out there having fun, talking to people, having fun. Like
I don't think
focus on that.
you really don't get it, do you? I'm out here, I'm having fun. I don't give a fuck. I'm not losing half my shit. I'm ruthless. Like, do you understand how hard that is to put in a guy's? It took me 15 years from when I started dating to figure that shit out. It takes guys, some guys are like in their 30s, they still don't know it. And you're sitting here talking about it like, I figured it out. And you didn't get any help. Like, you never went to like a mystery boot camp, and you never, like, Rational Male when you were first married, you never read any of that shit. You kind of just figured it all out the hard way. And you're like, literally, if Rolo wasn't here, in 5 years, you'd probably be the Rolo. I don't think you get that. I really don't. I know it sounds like I'm giving you just
I don't know if I have
compliments
the
and fluffing.
academic prowess to
You can string a sentence together. I've heard
to
your rant about the
categorize,
fucking
to
hold women
categorize.
accountable.
I'm good at what I realized when I was doing our trips to Washington D.C. to lobby.
Yeah.
I'm good at lobbying. I actually
really?
I should have kept the guy's card, but a lobbyist, a professional like lobbyist, whatever person, gave me a card because he sat in on one of our things.
You should take that shit, dude. Start.
I wasn't thinking about it. I was probably going through divorce and family, whatever shit. So my mind wasn't all there. But
Get
like,
you there now. I'm picturing you right now talking about you need to increase the lockdowns and all that and make your bank on that. Fuck it.
yeah, getting
Go
them
for
to
it.
put money into some NGO somewhere in a third world country.
Goddamn rights.
Something.
I'm not even joking. I'm saying do that. If you get that and they put you on the DC lobbying circuit, leave this fucking shit. I love your ukulele playing, but not that much.
I think that's the thing. Is people don't understand I'm a good fighter, I'm a good dad, but like I've been teaching since junior high.
You word things together well. Like, look at Dark Angel here even said, recent breakup still hurts. Found you guys and Rolo. It's been helping. Learning shit I wish I knew before. I know it sounds like weird, but like a lot of these guys look to you for inspiration. Like, you went through a pretty shitty divorce in like the shittiest state in the union to have a divorce. You had probably the shittiest boss in the history of all bosses, and you're doing just fine. So like all these guys with like lesser problems can be like, well, fuck, John can do it. Maybe I can do it. Something for you to think about anyway.
Now Bitcoin's taking a shit.
Oh yeah, what's the deal with that? I keep hearing people. What happened to Bitcoin?
I think institutional sabotage from the states, but like every time there's a big dip, I think it's because some organization tried to crush Bitcoin or some country tried to crush Bitcoin, but it always comes back stronger and more resilient.
So what happened? I gotta check. Okay, I gotta check my Celsius wallet. I've only got like 10 grand in Bitcoin. Dropped. Like, how bad are we talking?
Yeah, Bitcoin's down to 34, but keeping things perspective, 10 years ago it was only like $200.
Oh wow, you're right. It's down. Like I put 10 grand into it, and that 10 grand's worth like 6.8 now. Well, thank God I had Ethereum. It's still making.
But you have
doubled up.
You're in the Celsius wallet.
Yeah.
So that pays interest. That's nice.
Yeah, which is all right. Oh, and we'll see. The problem is, dude, I've been reading through this thing. I don't know how to take money out. I asked back when Bitcoin was at like 19, like twice of what I put in. And I was like, how do you take money out of this shit? And nobody knew. And they just laughed like, look at this guy wanting to take money out of Bitcoin. I kind of wish I'd have done that now.
Well, you have
to. Just thrown it back in Ethereum.
You have to go through an exchange like that links to your bank account. So like you have to go through Coinbase. So you send it back to Coinbase, sell it, and then you can send it to your
so I got like a Coinbase account now.
Or you find a individual who wants Bitcoin, you can sell it to them for cash. That way it's off the books. Or you can find a services or whatever stuff to pay for things directly with your Bitcoin.
Oh fuck, I gotta learn a bunch of shit. How sad is this? I'm like, it's just 10 grand. I can't be arsed. Well,
but there are ways to move your money and spend your money.
Yeah, I got to get it more into that stuff. Everybody keeps speaking about it so well, and it's like between that and there's NFTs.
It changes so fast, man. Like I can't even keep up. I was really into it and reading everything and following everything until about 2017. That was like when the marriage started really hitting the wall, and the environment just got ugly. Like it wasn't fun to read things because everybody was just shitting on everybody else. It was awful. So
That's annoying.
I was just like, I'm not messing with this stuff. I don't want to mess with these people. And I just held everything, stepped away. And
How
now
funny
I've
is
got
that?
guys running courses, making money doing courses on crypto that got into crypto, 5 years after I did.
Mm-hmm. Really?
Yeah.
Well, fuck.
Like
There's
I
another
like
thing. You keep
well, yeah,
missing
like
these
John,
opportunities.
and like the Charlie and the guys that he works with. Like I was
Yeah.
in crypto way before them.
No shit. Well, fuck. We got to make you the new like Charlie 2.0. Make it
Well,
some kind of like
I haven't
fancy
kept up
branding,
with
like
things.
fighting crypto, crypto that'll
not as
beat your
on it.
ass.
I'm still kind of a Bitcoin maximalist.
What does that mean?
I think Bitcoin's like the only one that's going to really produce long term.
Oh.
I think that all of the altcoins, there's plenty of potential to make money off of them, but I don't think security like long term is there as good as Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin
I agree.
is the way to go. You look at Ethereum. Ethereum's great, and there's a lot of stuff and protocols that run off of Ethereum, but it's tied to Vitalik, and Vitalik is a creep. And at any point in time, if the governments want to come after Vitalik, they're going to be able to come after him and make Ethereum look bad.
Well, not just that, but they can print more Ethereum.
I'm sketchy on it because he already publicly talked about how he didn't think child porn should be illegal.
Oh, there's an attack vector.
Yes. So that one comment, that one thing he said a long time ago is like makes me hesitant to put too much money into Ether because like at any point in time, a government agency or somebody who wants to like destroy Ethereum can just attack him. Be like, oh my God, is that the pedophile coin? Oh, it's the pedophile coin. And then now
why'd you say that? Because I'm all psyched about it. God damn it.
It's like, oh, that's why he created this. Then they'll have on CNN, they'll have that little short fat guy, Brian Stelter or whatever the fuck. Looks like he's 50, but he's like 28, talking about, oh, this is the pedophile coin. Vitalik created the pedophile coin to buy child porn. And then
Jesus,
they'll crush.
I can't believe they don't know. There's like two rules of the internet is don't talk about pedos and don't talk about Hitler. And as long as you can avoid those two things, there's like no drama you can't, almost no drama you can't weather.
That's oh man, I want to tell everybody about my new podcast. It's called Hitler Was a Pedophile.
Thank God that won't bite.
We're going to talk
this
every
subtext
week about Hitler and pedophiles.
This won't bite me in the ass in 10 years. Episode 1. That's funny. Oh, and another 5 from Jimmy. When reading the sidebar, it's weird if I try to make notes and summarize of how to go about various techniques, strategy, sidebars. Well, yeah, it is weird. Don't take notes, just use. It's like when you read John talking about fighting in that, like you can read it, but the quicker you start practicing shit, the faster it works or it doesn't work for you. But it's really I can go. And then I think I missed.
Yeah, it doesn't do. Yeah, if you're just like reading shit all the time, studying more stuff, consuming more stuff, and you're not actually putting anything into practice, like what's the point?
Yeah,
I can buy every BJJ DVD there is known to man. It doesn't make me better at jiu-jitsu.
It applies for
I
everything.
I gotta take the techniques and actually go. I could learn one technique and then go and practice all the time, and that's gonna make me better than having 50 DVDs that I watch every day.
Well, and even Bitcoin, it seems like you didn't know a lot until you started investing, and then you learned real quick.
And that's always been the first thing I told the people. I was like, hey man, buy fucking $100. Buy $100, move it around to a couple of wallets and see how it works, and then just sit on it.
Huh. Ooh,
I got my dad into Bitcoin years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
He bought like $1,000 a while ago, and then that went up real high, and then I think recently he bought a little bit more, just goofing around.
Dude, I still imagine if you were back in the day when, remember that guy, he bought a pizza in Bitcoin, cost him like 10 Bitcoin.
Yep.
Imagine if you were like that guy. It was like, yeah, just leave it in a wallet somewhere.
It was like hundreds, wasn't it?
Something like that. It's like worth, it's like
Bitcoin.
The most expensive pizza on earth right now.
Yeah.
It's like $500 million or something.
Good old, I think Hal was his name.
Something like that. It's been a while. And I guess Jimmy here's back. So central banks are buying up Bitcoin. Remember, it's quoted in US dollars. Thus, if you make it go wild, it'll affect US dollars. Is that true?
Institutional people are getting in. Yeah. So like big companies, who's it, the sailor guy, and all those people. Big money is definitely going into banks, and that's
Huh.
what I think is like a lot of these companies dump. They buy in, the price goes up, and they dump a bunch of it to get the price to go down, and they have a shitload of money so they can buy it when it's cheap. Like when it bottoms out, they buy it back cheap, and the price goes back up again. And I think it's
Oh.
a cycle of them keep doing that. Like the last time it popped, Elon Musk did his little bullshit.
Oh, the Dodge coin thing.
Yeah, well, that motherfucker, his company secretly like sold. You know how they bought a bunch of Bitcoin? And everybody's like all hyped on Bitcoin, and then he secretly sold a ton of it when it was at its peak. They secretly sold it, and then he went on and made comments to like bash it. Oh, like its energy is too much. Like I don't know. And then like the price drops, and then guess what? Oh, they buy a bunch more. When
Dude,
the
that
price
guy's
drops.
brilliant. All these nerds fucking jerking off over him. I'd make money off of them too. Although I guess that's what all these holding women accountable guys are doing too, isn't it? Yeah, I'm gonna yell at your bitch ex-wife for you, and you give me some super chats.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder. Hey, actually, here's a question, and if this is too personal, don't answer. When you first got into like the Samuels and all that stuff, was that right around the divorce time, or was that just recently?
No. It was recent.
Oh,
It was like the summer.
oh, okay, fair
I
enough.
think summertime. I kind of
Fuck, I
stumbled
still have
upon
to
it.
have my moment, I guess.
Yeah, I don't, because it is funny, man. Some of it's funny. It's just, it's a face palm type stuff. You're like, this
Oh
can't be
yeah,
real. This can't be real. These people can't be real. They can't believe that this is the world they live in. But
delusional people.
I had this idea a long time ago. I think high school I first had this idea.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, I understand why men love like fantasy and superhero stuff, right?
All right.
Because men are surrounded by reality all the time, right? If you're short, people call you short. If you're ugly, people call you ugly. If you're dumb, people call you dumb. Like if you're a man and you're in the world and there's something wrong with you, everybody's telling you.
Hmm.
If you're a man and there's things you're doing well in the world, people are still telling you you're doing things wrong. Like you're just constantly bombarded with reality in your face. So it makes sense to why a lot of guys escape that reality through fantasy. So like they like the superhero stories, they like the video games, they like the stuff to escape because reality is fucking brutal for men. But women, reality is pretty fucking awesome because everybody says you're great. You're so smart. You're so beautiful, even if you're 500 pounds. Like you
Huh.
can't do anything wrong and no one will ever hold you accountable. So like it makes sense why women are less into the fantasy stuff. Their whole life is a
Oh,
fantasy.
dude, that's like the. Do you ever watch Bill Burr? Do you ever watch his old stand-up?
I've watched a lot of Bill Burr. I've met Bill Burr. Funny guy.
Oh, really? Is he as cool? Is he as like cynical as he seems in real in like his specials? I always cut him every
I
year
mean,
when I
we
lived
didn't
in
get that
Montreal.
that deep of a conversation, but we talked. He comes off exactly how he is. I
Oh,
mean,
that's
I feel like
awesome.
he's the type of guy who, um, like he walked off the stage and is talking in the back like he was on stage. Like it's the same guy.
Oh, so that's he is what he is.
Yeah, he
Because yeah,
is
he
what he
was
is.
telling that he had a bit. It was great. It was about how much of an asshole he would be if it was socially unacceptable to kick his ass. And he was like, his big reference was like slapping protein shakes out of dudes' hands at the gym and shit. And I just laughed. I'm like, I wonder if that is true, girls. Because I'm like a redneck town. And I remember most fights would start at the bar when, like, and there's like air raids for the Nazis are coming. And it was always some chick saying, my boyfriend would kick your ass. And you knew in like 3 minutes, two big fucking oil riggers are about to knock some teeth. And I was like, sweet. Grab a beer, boys. Let's chill. I guess that's I don't know. Yeah, you were from smaller towns, so you remember this kind of shit.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
Indiana, small enough of a town. Fort Wayne is like 180. It's probably like 250,000 people now. But like I went to Purdue, and it's majoritively men
Huh.
there. So
Sausage pest.
there's fights happen because there's no chicks around a lot of times.
Nothing else to do. No
Yeah,
beer.
it's like,
Beer ran
hey man,
out.
you go to the bar, you get drunk, to like work up the confidence to talk to a girl, and then there's three cute girls. They leave early, and then all the cows are there, and then the cows go home, and you haven't got a cow, and it's just you and a bunch of dudes standing around drunk as shit. What's gonna happen next? Fight.
Oh fuck! I'm having childhood flashbacks. Childhood flashbacks right
Like,
now.
man, what do you guys want to do now? Let's punch each other in the face.
It's always after last call because like as when you run out of beer, that's when the trouble starts. Oh fuck!
Well, a lot of trouble too would start with us would be, we had our little downtown area at Purdue, and
Yeah,
the bars were there, and the taco. We had like the number 2 Taco Bell in the freaking world for a little while because it was open till 4. Bars closed at 3, and then that hour afterwards, they would let people line up and get their tacos right next to the bars, and that's where a lot of the shit would go down.
huh?
Would be the Taco Bell.
Taco Bell. See, my town was so small, we didn't even have a fast food chain. We had like a
Oh,
Petro
geez.
Canada, which is like the gas station. That's all we had. Although most of our fights were in this farm, like a literal farm. We drank at a farm. We had a fire pit. You just throw your bottles in there, and there was like a 20 years of melted glass in this big bonfire. And every time you'd go there, there'd always be one guy who was like a bucker for the forestry. And so he'd have a chainsaw with him. He'd cut the firewood for the night, like from the trees beside your party spot. That's how rednecky we were.
Oh man, that was our high school parties.
Oh yeah,
We'd find a cornfield somewhere and go out in the cornfield and hang out
that
there.
explains it then. Like I've talked about like the cornfield goddesses or whatever, where they hit 28 and they want to settle down and have a family. They put on a sundress and a summer hat, and they always got to take a photo in a cornfield, hiding their tattoos. That explains the cornfield now. They want to get Haas now that he's got that sweet farmer money.
Each was it the Revilo or whatever it's his name? Each tattoo.
Oh, Rivellino
is each one tattoo equals 1 abortion. 2 tattoos equals 2 abortions.
Dude, Riv.
Oh,
I still laugh. He's the most successful pickup artist account on Twitter. And he's the least successful pickup artist. Like he ran on a rant once when he was drunk and sad about how he'd been doing pickup for 10 years and he slept with 8 women in that time.
That's terrible. He's not a pickup artist. That's like saying I'm a professional fighter, but I've never had a professional fight, and I only trained a few times.
Yeah. Well, that's his thing, and that's the drama. Because then he always did the green lines and the Jason Statham thing, and then at one point, Justin Wang. I don't know if you know him. He's a YouTuber. He's also has like a metal band. Pretty cool dude. But he talked about it on a stream, and then it went semi-viral about the green line thing, and then it became a meme, and then he got to be known because of the meme. And so he leaned into it, and now he's the green line guy, where he's not even talking pickup anymore. He's just entertaining the crowd with like random drama bullshit, and just makes it up. Whatever does the best on engagement. I think he sells T-shirts with green lines on them. It's actually, from a business standpoint, it's pretty impressive. Like if I was celibate even when I tried, and I could make some money off of it, I mean, there's something. Buy one of them sex dolls from Turd Flinging Monkey and use your hard-earned money for something useful, Oh yeah, and you weren't around for that guy either, were you? So do you know the TFM guy, the Turd Flinging Monkey?
I've listened to some of his stuff back in the day, but yeah, he has did he marry his pillow or something?
Yeah, well, Celestina, the sex doll. It's one of them real dolls. They're made in California. Yeah, they're made in California, probably just down the way from you. They use like the Hollywood special effects silicone, and they take like full body cast of porn stars, and there's like 8 different heads and 5 different body types, and you pick them up, and they're made of like airplane grade steel, so the thing weighs 160. So they weigh about as much as the average American woman.
At least they're realistic, huh?
Yeah.
Right.
But they're like a little bit uncanny valley, and I know he has an Instagram account where she has like birthday parties and shit. So it's basically like how girls would have tea parties with like Barbie and shit, but he's like a full-grown man. And I can't even throw shade at him because the Celestina account's just crushing mine. She's way bigger than me as a celebrity. Probably bigger than you too at this point. There's something humbling for you when you start thinking, hey, I'm a big deal. Yeah, this sex doll's got you beat, bro. See what I mean? How can you take this drama seriously? Can you? I can't.
Yeah, that's... Man,
we gotta get next time you get into a beef on like Twitter or something. I'll see if somebody in the chat. Do you guys know where the Celestina account is? I haven't looked at it in years, but find it.
I don't like getting into beefs though, because
You
I don't
should.
know,
You're the
man.
best guy
They're
because
just
like,
underneath me, beneath me.
oh, little beef. They're underneath you, but they find you. Like, did you think I wanted to start that beef with Tate? I didn't really care. He
Mm.
started it, and now I'm like, well, if he's gonna start it, I might as well sell some merch from it. Fuck it. I guess that's the problem, is because like people know they've seen you kick somebody's ass, so nobody wants to start shit with you. It's easy to pick a fight with me because you've never seen me throw a punch. As far as you guys know, I hit like a girl with like limp wrists and slap fights and stuff, so it's easy to throw shit at me. Maybe that's it, John. We'll put out like some fake ass video where like you have some kind of like crazy carpal tunnel and you can no longer throw a punch, and then all of a sudden people come up from the woodwork telling you ain't shit. Start selling some John Fitch merch.
Bro, have you not paid attention to the MMA community? That's all they do anyways. They tell you
Fair
suck
enough.
and you ain't shit.
Dude, I used to love MMA, and it was right around, actually, I guess it was right around the time that you were fighting. Like, you were kind of one of the guys in there. And it was when I noticed, it used to be like guys who loved BJJ or MMA, and they would love it. And then right around that time is when guys that used to watch football and have fantasy football leagues, that's when they started to watch UFC. And then I kind of lost interest in it because I got some guy, some fat fuck in a hoodie from like his university 10 years ago telling me like, well, if he'd have just thrown an arm, and I'm like, oh, fuck off. Telling me how to do a fight. I know how to do a triangle choke. Don't tell me you can just throw it on over there. He's getting punched in the neck. Yeah, and I'm like at best I'm like Joe Rogan level of like knowledge of fighting.
Well,
At best.
One of the big problems that I have found, and I said it was a problem a long time ago, is like the UFC specifically marketed to pro wrestling fans.
That would explain what's his face, Brock.
Specifically, because in the beginning when it first started, it was like, in my opinion, higher-minded people who really liked combat, who really like respect, like the samurai, like one-on-one fight type stuff. That's the people who were the core group of people who watched. You know, you didn't see groups of girls going to the fights by themselves. You didn't see a lot of this stuff. And then it was a deliberate, after Tough and after they started pushing things in that kind of that entertainment direction, is it became full on pro wrestling with how they did things. And then the fan base was specifically pro wrestling. And if you look at the numbers, like there's literally zero crossover from MMA fans to boxing fans. They don't watch the same things. Boxing fans are boxing fans. Yes. MMA fans and pro wrestling fans, almost a complete overlap.
That's fucked. 'Cause I remember that being kind of the opposite, because it was like MMA fans were kickboxing fans and boxing fans and karate fans and taekwondo fans. Those guys were all the MMA fans, and now they're just gone. Well, that's unfortunate, man.
No, and it is. It became like around the 2010 time period, they started pushing everything towards entertainment. Was this fight entertaining? Not who's the best fighter. What's the most entertaining matchup?
And of course, you got to put guys in the. That was when, because like, when was the last time somebody wore a gi even to an MMA event? Am I dating myself with that reference?
The rules. They try to, anyways. But it's just, I don't know. It's a headache.
I feel bad. It's like I've spent this
for
entire time.
What I thought MMA was going to be compared to what it is. Like, I don't know. Now MMA to me feels like, I watched The Running Man the other day.
Oh yeah.
And it feels like that type of shit.
Sub-Zero. Now he's just plain zero.
He's just plain zero.
Dude, I love that movie. That one and Total Recall. And my wife hates Total Recall. She refuses to watch it. So that's the only thing we can watch.
The original or the new one?
The original. There's no new one. The
original, of course.
A piece of shit new one. Fuck that.
At least they had the 3 boob chick in the new one.
Yeah, but it wasn't the same. They were just like, hey, you remember this? I'm like, I remember it. Show me something new. Give me a 4th titty, goddammit. Dude, imagine a 4th titty chick. That'd be awesome.
Opens her mouth and a titty comes out.
The only thing that'll get Ryan worked up, 4-tittied mouth girl. Holy shit. Titty. I'll sign up to that Instagram site.
Titty right on the forehead.
If you're watching this.
I do a titty right on the forehead. It's like give her a kiss on the forehead every time I leave the house.
They had that, dude. I used to. Do you remember there was this 80s movie? I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. Have you ever seen it? It was called I Was a Teenage Sex Mutant. Have you ever heard of this?
That sounds familiar.
It does. I guarantee you, you probably remember it like on a Friday night on a satellite dish in buttfuck Ohio or whatever. It came out around the same time as the Toxic Avenger. It was these aliens, and they were like, our species is dying because nobody's having sex, so we have like this magic procedure that might fix it. We're going to test it on this human. And so they picked this nerdy kid in a high school, and what it did is it made this big fucking eyeball antenna stick out of his head where you said the tit was going to go. And every time it popped up, every girl around just went ape shit. And then it was always like, he would just walk around trying to figure out how to get through high school without getting bullied. And then the little dick eyeball would pop up, and then 5 girls would try to rape him. And it's an 80s movie, so it was always like comedy, right? It wasn't a porn. And then eventually he found love with a really great girl, and then they went to the planet to go repopulate the species. It's fucking hilarious. I don't know why I was thinking of that just now. Yeah, that one. Police Academy. I loved all those movies. We're like, you know what? This movie needs tits.
See what they took from us? You see what they took from us? People, we used to have so much beautiful stuff in this country.
See, now that's a holding women accountable I can be. The global homo, or was they called? Global homo?
Watching. I had a date. The girl was 21, and I made her watch Knight Rider.
Oh shit! How funny is that?
Oh, it's classic. It was classic.
How did she take that? I can only imagine somebody watching like a Magnum PI or a Knight Rider or a Miami Vice or A-Team right now. Like, what the fuck?
Man, I still think it's been a little while, but 5 years ago I rewatched Miami Vice series.
Still, I forgot how dark it was.
It's good, man. It's good.
Yeah, it's
Makes
really
me want to
good.
have a Miami Vice party.
Well, I think that's
I'm
why
not a
everybody
car
has a
guy.
Lambo
I don't really
now.
like cars, but I want Don Johnson's Ferrari.
Well, that's how they used to pay for the series. Did you know that? Like for him and Magnum PI and all the fancy car shows, is they'd film it, and then every 3 months they'd switch out the car and they'd auction off like the authentic Miami Vice Lamborghini or whatever, and then that's how they'd pay for the show.
Huh.
It was fucking brilliant. It's the same as like how G.I. Joe and Knight Rider, they were just advertisements to sell toys. Well, they're like, yeah, we can do this with real life shit too. So right now, yeah, Starsky and Hutch, Chips, all those, they all, somewhere around here, there's like 18 versions of the Knight Rider car. And I remember this because I saw the original Batmobile once he came to my town, and that was cool. I stood beside it, and I was like, and he wasn't even there for like a car show. It was just some guy grabbing like McDonald's at the time, and he just had it parked there because he was on his way to California or something. Imagine just walking around. It's like, I'm going to go to the park. Let's grab an ice cream. Oh, fuck, the Batmobile. Or like, hey, fucking Kit. Kit's here. But you probably get that, because aren't most of those cars in like California? Like, I know you probably walk by a bunch of DeLoreans and shit just like going to work or whatever.
I haven't seen DeLoreans.
Really?
But there's some nice cars out here. I honestly, the summertime in Indiana, you would see tons of super nice old cars. Because that was like when people got them out of their garage and out of storage and then drove them around. There's something called the Muddy River Run.
Oh.
And yeah, it's like you'll just see all these old amazing cars driving around. There was the Auburn Cord Duesenberg factory was in Auburn, which is close to Fort Wayne.
Really?
That ran for a little while. And yeah, they made a bunch of awesome cars. And yeah, there's a lot of like traditional like classic car shows and stuff around in that area where I was at in Indiana.
Well, that's kind of cool. We had a little bit of that here, but it's Canada. We always do shit second rate. So we had a lot of like rice rockets and that, and fart cans in the back of Ford Focuses. They never got as cool as like those.
Now
it's like F1 in Montreal.
Now it's all the electric car shit.
Yeah, I don't know what to think. Check out the batteries on that. Said no one ever.
Check out the batteries on that. I mean, like, I don't know. You're just trading one horrible thing for another horrible thing.
Yeah, but the fuel efficiency, sir. The fuel efficiency.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, but like the child slavery involved in making the batteries, though. I'm sure they'll figure
blood
that
diamonds
out
for
eventually.
millennials.
Yeah, it is. That's what it is. It's like at the blood car. It's like, a 4-year-old had to, do 12 hours of labor for you to drive that thing, right? Okay, you're saving the planet. You're such a good human being.
Yeah, just not the planet of those poor kids. Oh, that sucks. All right. Well, here, I guess we did the hour and a half. It's kind of good. Thank you, by the way. Our Rule Zero's been short. Oh, yeah, just so you guys know, the rest of the guys, it turns out everybody got super busy The only reason,
A lot of
like even
traveling.
yeah, well, traveling and
A lot
business
of
and
guys are
stuff like that.
traveling.
The only reason I'm even here right now, I actually had plans to be the fuck out of here, but that stupid lockdown just closed everything and shut us down. Aw. And then Cal, don't worry, coach. None of the other guys showed up, but I would never miss your baseball game. Well, thank you, sir. It's not baseball. We're doing WWF right now. Do you think John and I care about the fucking whammon drama? No, but you do. So we'll give you a good show. All right.
Yeah, hopefully I gave you enough actionable advice on holding women accountable. The only way
Goddamn.
to hold women accountable is just to hold the ones directly around you accountable. And the only way you can do that is through your attention.
Look at you go. That's the smartest thing I think I've ever heard on this show. God damn it. All right. Enjoy, guys. End speech.